Jeffrey Epstein, the investor who faced federal charges of molesting teenage girls, has died, a person with knowledge of the situation said. The financier was found hung in his lower Manhattan jail cell in an apparent suicide, ABC News and other media outlets reported, citing law enforcement officials they didn't identify. A gurney carrying a man who looked like Epstein was wheeled out of the Manhattan Correctional Center around 7:30 a.m., the New York Post reported. There was no immediate public confirmation of his death. Epstein had previously been moved to a suicide watch unit after being found unconscious in his cell with marks on his neck on July 23, a week after his bail request had been rejected. The coward and serial predator may have taken his own life, but we shall continue to seek justice on behalf of our clients, Josh Schiller, a lawyer for some of Epstein's alleged victims, said in a text message. Epstein, a self-described collector of rich and powerful people, had links to a who's who of prominent political and business figures. That circle, including former U.S. President Bill Clinton and billionaire Les Wexner, all distanced themselves from the financier after his July 2019 arrest. U.S. prosecutors said Epstein used his wealth and power to sexually abuse dozens of young girls for years at his homes, paying them hundreds of dollars in cash for each encounter and hundreds more if they brought in more victims. The alleged crimes occurred at Epstein's residences in Manhattan and Palm Beach, Florida, from 2002 to 2005, involving minors as young as 14. The U.S. accused Epstein of creating a vast network of victims. Epstein pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking in minors and conspiracy and said he fully complied with the law for more than 14 years. His latest arrest came after he pleaded guilty in 2008 to Florida state charges of soliciting prostitution and served 13 months in prison after U.S. prosecutors in that state agreed not to charge him with federal offenses. The agreement provoked outrage after the Miami Herald published an investigative series on it in late 2018 that led to the resignation of President Donald Trump's Labor Secretary, Alexander Acosta, who was U.S. attorney in Miami at the time, worked out the deal with Epstein's lawyers. His business operations attracted less attention even as federal prosecutors put his net worth at more than $500 million and said he had an income of more than $10 million a year.